Shalom, shalom to the nation of Israel. Lord willing, you can hear me. I hope that this message gets straight to the point. And before we start this lesson, I want to give all honor, all praise, all glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakadash. Shout out to the elder apostles who do well. Salutations to the fellow Akim, the elder apostles, elder bishops, and elders that rule well. Salutations to the fellow Akim who labor on the apostle doctrine, and to the men, women, and children that say they believe to you. I say shalom. So the title of this lesson will be, this prophecy will come to pass. And the prophecy I'm speaking about is in the book of Revelation 3 and 10. We're going to open up with that and roll out the lesson. Book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. It reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Now, let's break this down through the Spirit, right? The Lord is giving us His promise here. This is Lord Yahweh Shah speaking. This is all in red. The Lord Yahweh Shah is giving us His promise that He's going to preserve us, right? Preserve us from what is being called the hour of temptation. Now let's define this, right? What is the hour of temptation, right? The hour of temptation is when the MOTB, the CHIP, is mandatory and is globalized. Like everybody all around the world, especially in Babylon the Great, aka America, is required to have this digital imprint or this digital tag inside their body for commerce, right? For buying and selling things. So that's going to be the time where if you want medical care, if you want like social services, like governmental assistance like EBT, food stamps, WIC, social services like therapy or right? Medical care like chiropractor, physical therapy, or just to see a general doctor, you're going to have that digital tag inside your body, right? Whether in your right hand or your forehead. And if you don't, you will be denied all the accesses in society, right? You won't be denied all the social services, right? Healthcare as well, because that's a social service, I believe. Healthcare, daycare. You're going to be denied that. You're going to be denied the ability to work if you don't have this digital technology in you, right? This digital tag in you, this CHIP, MOTB. If you don't have this in you, then you're gonna be denied medical care. You're going to be denied health insurance. You're going to be denied housing. You're going to be denied the ability to buy and sell things. You're going to be denied the ability to work. You're going to be denied the ability to use transportation, right? So it's going to cut many facets of society, right? Many facets and assets that we have to society now, it won't be available, okay? You won't be able to pay bills if you don't have the digital technology in you, this MOTB, So that's the hour of temptation, because this is the hour of temptation when, excuse me, let me get some water for a minute. When the MOTB is mandatory, in order for you to get different access to society, right? If you want to go to the gym, another example, right? You want to eat at a restaurant, okay? You want to go to the grocery store, you want to go to the supermarket, you're going to need that digital imprint inside your body. So it's the hour of temptation. Now let's look up the word temptation. All right, let's look up temptation. In the Greek, parasmos, paramos in the Greek, paramos. Let me see.
Strong's G 3986, pyrosmos.
Gone. Pyrosmos. Strong's G 3986, pyrosmos in the Greek, which means an experiment, attempt, trial, proving. Okay. You know, is many things. You know, let me read this here as I read in the beginning: an experiment, attempting, trial, proving. Okay, because the Lord is going to use this our temptation to do what? As a trial to see, as a trial to see who of the body, who of the believers is going to take that MOTB or not. And ultimately, the elect is not going to take it. But for the 2/3 in the heathens, they're going to take it. But the elect is not going to take it. All right. So this is like a way the Lord is going to use this our temptation as a way of sifting through the house of Israel, because even amongst the body, like I said in my previous lesson, not every brother's going to make it. And this is just going to be another sifting to see who of the body is not of the elect. And like I said but in my previous lesson as well, I hate to put it that way, but this is just the truth of the matter. This is like the ultimate test. This is the way the Lord is going to sift out the precious stones from the wheat, hay, and stubble. The desired from the undesirable. This is how the Lord is going to separate the sheep from the goats. He's going to use this our temptation as a way of doing it. Okay? Because those that's not of the elect is going to take it. Why? When you scroll down, right, it says what? When you scroll down and you look at B, it says I here. When you go down to here, it says what? An enticement to sin. It says the trial of man's fidelity, that deals with his faith, like his loyalty, okay, integrity, virtue, constancy. Word constancy goes back to the quality of being faithful and dependable, right? The quality of being enduring and unchangeable. So in other words, consistency, being steadfast. And this is what's going to be tried, because you're going to have it to where, like I said earlier, this when the MOTB is mandatory throughout society and in every facet of society, you won't be able to eat without having that digital imprint. You won't be able to go to the supermarket and buy food without having the digital imprint inside of you. You won't be able to get medical care without having the MOTB or the digital imprint inside of you. In other words, right? You won't be able to get your prescriptions and pharmaceuticals without having that MOTB digital imprint inside of you. You won't be able to qualify for healthcare without having that digital imprint or MOTB inside of you. You won't be able to ride the trains or to ride a bus without having that MOTB and digital imprint inside of you. Okay? You won't be able to go to the gym, the supermarket. You won't be able to visit a hospital. Like, I believe in that time, the hospital is going to deny you because you don't have that digital imprint, that MOTB inside of you. It's going to be to where they can deny you. Like, now they can't deny you, whether you have health insurance or not. But at that time, during the hour of temptation, if you don't got that digital imprint inside of you and you try to go into the hospitals, they're going to deny you. And even worse, they're going to report you to the authorities, right? And again, this is what I'm saying through the spirit. I'm just speaking as a man. Salakia, I'm speaking as a man. But it could play out like this, right? Salakia, forgive me. Yahweh Shemashah, forgive me. But I'm just speaking as a man, and that's how it could play out. You go to the hospital because you go to the hospital in this time and you seeking medical care, and they find out you don't have the MOTB, because that digital imprint is going to have all your history, your medical history, your banking history, Your personal information is gonna have all of that inside that digital imprint, right? Which is the size of a grain of rice. Now I'm speaking in code words so they don't take the video down. But you could go to the hospital seeking medical attention, right? And once the medical staff see that you don't, the intake worker, whoever he or she is, see that you don't have it, and they get your information, and you don't have that digital imprint, which is the size of a grain of rice, inside of you, then what? Then what they're gonna do? They're gonna report you to the authorities, right? Or tell you to go to the nearest CHIP station, right, and get that grain of rice inside your body before they service you. So it's gonna come a time to where hospitals is gonna deny people because they don't have that digital imprint technology inside of them. All right, so this is gonna be the ultimate test of faith right here and integrity that this our temptation is gonna be, because not everybody is gonna be able to endure, right? Because we have been so dependent on the system, so dependent on the state for everything, on our food, our water, on our shelter, on our living, to the point where now we're gonna have to be in a time where we're gonna have to know, we're gonna have to learn how to tap into the herbs. And brothers haven't been in the Akim Aquaf haven't been already, tapping into herbs, right? Learning how to basically survive on your own, or survive with little resources, we might be constantly on the move. These are the things that that the scriptures speak about when we're dealing with our temptation, that we have to mentally be prepared for, because that's going to happen. A lot of us might be on the move. Some of us might be in concentration camps, some of us might be in hiding. Like when you had in the book of the Maccabees and Second Maccabees, when they instituted the when they forbid when Epiphanes, Antiochus Epiphanes the fourth, took over Jerusalem, he forbid Israelites that were living in Jerusalem, in that province at that time. He forbid Israelites to follow the law, statute, commandments, and keep the high holy days. So when you read into the account, there was a couple of Israelites that went into hiding to try to keep the Sabbath, and they was discovered, and then they was put down. They didn't put up a fight because they wanted to honor the Sabbath. Okay. So they died manfully. They died with integrity. They kept their fealty to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we're gonna come in to that time, right? Where it's gonna be a lot of where we're gonna have to be in hiding, and a lot of us as Israelites is gonna be wanted. We're gonna be hated. We're gonna be wanted, and people gonna be looking for our capture. They're gonna label us domestic terrorists, and they're gonna be having joint task force with the state police departments and federal agents, and even regular citizens to be on the lookout for us, man. Like, we coming in those times. We really coming in those times. So this prophecy is soon coming to pass. And if I went off Salakia, please forgive me. Like I said, I do this work to the best of my ability. But continuing on, it says, in B, the trial of man's infidelity, integrity, virtue, constancy, which means his faith, right? Being steadfast, being unmovable, his faith, right? Being unwavering. A person being, steadfast, unmovable, unwavering in regards to their faith. It says an enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from the desire or from the outward circumstances, right? Because you're going to want to, that's why it's called the outward temptation, because people are going to want to volunteer they're going to volunteer to get this grain of rice inside of them. You see? Which is a sin, because the Lord told you not to do it. But there's going to be people hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of people getting this digital imprint, this grain of rice inside of them. Okay, because they want to eat. Remember the definition said arising from the desires or from the outward circumstances. So things outside is going to change. They won't be able to open up be able to enter into a supermarket, right? They won't be able to. The supermarkets is locked. They won't be able to go to the store. They won't be able to buy their little Lucy's, their cigarettes. You know, they won't be able to ride the trains anymore, or take the bus. They won't be able to go to work and get paid, right? They won't be able to pay their bills, right? They won't be able to even probably turn on a car without that the grain of rice inside of them. You know, who knows? But a lot of access that they have is gonna be denied to them, right? Health insurance, medical care, medical assistance, unemployment, EBT, WIC, all that child support, all of that's going to be denied to them. So, because they don't have that digital imprint in them. All right. So whatever support that they need from the power that be, from the government, they won't be able to get it because they don't have it on society, right? Unless they have that digital imprint in them. So what are they going to do? It's going to be droves is volunteering, right? The temptation comes from those that's in the know, that know, because even there are people that's not even in the truth that know this prophecy, that understand what the MOTB, what the MOTB is, right? They understand what the MOTB is, and they also understand, but they like I said, they understand what this MOTB is, man. That they understand that this digital imprint, what Elon Musk is pushing with his Neuralink, and that grain of rice technology, right? That's all the MOTB, okay? And they understand that, they know that, and they're going to be tested too. And guess what? They're not going to pass the test, even if they do know, because they're not of the faith. So yeah, they know it's wrong to take it, but they're going to be like everybody else. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be wanting to buy clothes and support their families, you see, and themselves. So eventually they're going to comply under the circumstances, you know? And also too, just to put this out there, you're going to have some brothers that's going to fold. You see? Like when you talk about the parable of the seeds, right? There were some seeds that what happened? They fell on believe stony ground, right? Because that's going to happen to some brothers, man. When you go into the parable of the seeds, right? The sower, okay? Yep. That's fell on stony ground. It says, but he that have received the seed, Matthew 13:20, but he that have received the seed into stony places, the same as he that heareth the word and anon with joy receive it. Yet have he not rooted in himself, but dureth for a while, for the tribulation or persecution ariseth, because of the word by and by he is offended. So this is the Lord breaking down to his disciples what the parable of the sower means. So the seed that's falling on, so the sower throwing the seeds on stony ground, that represents an Israelite that's in the faith now, but they don't endure to the end. They don't make it. Why? Because they wind up giving up in the face of trials, in the face of tribulations, in the face of persecutions. They give up. So when the hour of temptation comes, they're gonna give up, and they're gonna take that MOTB, man. So it's not, this is scary. This is serious, man. This is not to be afraid, but this is serious. You know, we got to pray to Yahweh Shema Shai that he don't take his Holy Spirit off you, and that you endure to the end, man. That you endure, and that you don't give up despite the change in circumstances, because a lot is going to change when that MOTB is fully implemented. Because it's implemented, but it's not fully implemented. We not in that state where it's like in Revelation the 13th chapter, which I'm about to get It's not to that point where you cannot buy and sell without having that MOTB inside of you. Loosely paraphrasing. We not at that time yet. We coming close to it. That's why I titled this lesson, this prophecy is soon coming to pass. Because we very close, man. You know, we very close. We very, very close. And with Trump's inauguration and him having Elon Musk and what's the other guy, Dr. Oz, right? As in his cabinet, I already have full confidence that this MOTV is going to be pushing during his campaign. You know what I'm saying? Because Dr. Oz spoke about it on one of his episodes on this talk show, Dr. Oz, when it was, I don't know if it's running now, but when it was on TV, he spoke about it. And then we know Elon Musk with the Neuralink, he is supportive of the whole hipping people, right? Putting this digital tag on people. Okay. So most likely, and again, I speak as a man, they could be, they're gonna show people all of the fancy tricks that it could do, all of the features that you can have, the convenience of having the MOTB inside of you, right? And then they're gonna pull it off for security reasons, right? Then they're gonna probably say like, oh, we need this so that we can track all of these so that we can track people to make sure that the ones that's in the country belong in the country and the ones that don't belong in the country don't, and they're gonna pull it for security reasons. They're gonna tell you that it's for the security and safety of the American people. We need to put the MOTB inside everyone, and to make sure that people are safe and people are secured from threats, foreign and domestic, right? And people gonna comply with this. People gonna believe this nonsense, and they're gonna take it. And then eventually, with Esau, everything deals with was with gradualism. So eventually, what he's gonna do is, if once he gonna get people just off the tricks. He gonna use celebrities and sellouts, and these big techs, like big names in tech, to show you all the features. And these journalists, he gonna get journalists, right? The top journalists, the big names in tech, right? To cover all of these features and tricks that you can do with the MOTP, and that's gonna get people to take it. And then he gonna make an announcement saying it's for security reasons why people need to do it, right? And just like probably COVID, he gonna put restrictions, right, or limits on your accesses to certain things in society, right? Unless you have it. So that's gonna get people to comply to it, and then ultimately, he just gonna blown out, and he just gonna fully go draconian, right? And just say, look, if you don't take it, then you won't be deleted. You see what I'm saying? So with this thing is gonna roll with gradualism, and it's gonna roll fast, Lord willing, because this is what needs to happen in order for the kingdom of heaven to come down on earth, in order for our Lord to come down, in order for us to receive salvation. We must go through this. This must take place on the earth. So we hasten the day. We hasten this prophecy to come to pass, and it's very soon coming to pass. All right. So going back to what we was saying in Revelation 3:10, that person, right, is going to have our temptation is even going to have brothers, right? That's brothers now, but they wind up getting offended, right? They wind up giving up because they couldn't let go of they didn't put, because they didn't prioritize the truth. They didn't prioritize their faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, and they wasn't, but they prioritized everything else in their life. They prioritized their family, they prioritized their children, they prioritized their lifestyle, right? They prioritize their comforts over Yahweh Shema Shah, and in turn, they wind up taking it to keep those things, right? As it is written in Matthew, the 16th chapter. And the 25th verse, it says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it." And even those brothers, you know, I don't, like I said, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. But even some brothers, they're gonna wind up taking it because they're gonna try to seek to save their life or seek to save whatever they have. They're gonna try to seek whatever to save whatever they have, whether it's they children, but relationship with their mother, right? With the baby mother, relationship with their parents, right? To be in good graces amongst the family, to be in good graces in society, okay? To have those comforts and ease that they so used to. They're gonna seek to save that, and in turn they're gonna take the MOTB, and hence they're gonna lose in the end. So it says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for mine sake shall find it. And I'll read it again. It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So the elect are the one that's gonna give up. They're gonna prioritize the truth. They're gonna prioritize Yahweh Shem Shah over their lifestyle, over their comforts, over their families, over their children, and they're gonna be willing to sacrifice these things to lose out on being, in a comfortable home and being amongst their children and even their wife, or vice versa, the husband. They're gonna be willing to give up, right, these comforts and access to society in order to do what? To keep the faith, in order not to take the MOTB. Why? Because ultimately Yahweh Shem Shah is gonna keep his promise to them, and he's gonna preserve them in this hour. He's gonna strengthen them, man. There's gonna be a lot of strength coming from heaven to the elect, man. That's why it says in Second Esdras, the 16th chapter, I believe at the 73rd verse, loosely paraphrasing, no, 72nd verse, then you shall know, right? We shall go through the trials, through the fiery trials, and then you shall know who am I chosen, right? Because when you go through that adversity, when you end this hour of temptation, only the Lord is gonna preserve his elect. Everybody else is gonna fold. That's how much pressure that's gonna come down from this devil. That's how much pressure and change and discomfort people want to be in, to the point where a lot of people won't fold. A lot of people, man, because they believe the lies that Esau Edom push with the security and all the tricks and convenience that supposedly it gives you, or they're gonna be afraid of their life because they're not gonna want to get they ain't gonna want to be deleted by way of how can I say it? Deleted. I'm gonna say it that way. All right, a guillotine. Okay. They don't want to be deleted by guillotine. So, with that being said, man, only the elect is gonna make it. Everybody else ain't gonna make it. But let's go into Revelation. Let's see. Revelation 13, 16 and 17, and hopefully we'll wrap this video up. 72. Salaki, it was 73. Second Esdras 16:73, it said, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire, right? Because gold doesn't break under fire. If anything, gold is refined. It gets purified. So when the elect go through the hour, the gold represents the elect. So when they go through the hour of temptation, they're not going to fold. They're not going to be persuaded, right? They're not going to be intimidated or persuaded or feel coerced to take the MOTB. The rest of the world will. 2/3 will, right? The brothers that fall by the wayside will, but not the elect. Okay? Not the elect. The elect is going to endure to the end. All right, and that's what it's talk about. That the adversity cannot break the faith of the elect. All right. Um, Going into Revelation 13, go into 16. And he causeth all, both small and great. So this he is talking about Esau, Edom, right? Esau, Edom, right? These Edomites, they're starting with the elites, but with the Rothschilds, right? The elites, they're gonna cause what? Cause all, both small and great, right? So they're gonna cause small and great, right? So talking about the average person, that's society, their status is small, right? To the regular people, to great people in society, right? From your Elon Musk, your Donald, your Donald J. Trumps, your Elon Musk, your what's his name, Jeff Bezos, right? The great people of society, right? Your Oprah Winfrey's, your your so like your Oprah Winfrey's, and you know, name some other people, your great people in society, and many other like them. All right, from your average everyday worker to those great men. Okay, so he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor. Right? It said he calls it. So how did he cause it? By changing that. By changing by making by pushing draconian laws. By making it mandatory under the persecution of guillotine, right? For those who refuse to get this digital technology in their hand, through those who refuse to get the MOTB, okay, and that's going to persuade them to get it, and also to create in a society where everybody is required to have it in order to get services and their daily needs. So you can't even go into the supermarket or buy groceries or clothing without having it. So that also is going to persuade people to get it. This MOTB, this digital imprint inside of them, right? So it says he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor. So that's talking about the homeless, right? And to your top billionaires, right? Like what's that guy name? Bill Gates, right? I'm thinking of the other one, Warren Buffett, to your top billionaires, your top, multi-millionaires, your celebrities is going to take it because they the great people in society, okay? So all these people going to take it. They're going to be required to take it to live in Esau, Edom's system, right? To live to live in Esau, Edom's system. Continuing on, it says, he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, right? So those that's regular civilians, no matter what status they are, regular civilians, and bond, right? Those that's in prison. So those that's in prison, right? When the MOTB is mandatory, right? In all facets of society, they're going to also be they will also have that digital imprint inside of them, right? And here's what the scripture says here. It said rich and poor. So at this time, when the MOTB is fully implemented, it won't be any middle class. The middle class is not going to exist when this prophecy is fulfilled. It won't be any middle class. The middle class is going to be destroyed. It's only going to be rich and poor. That's it. Okay? So when the MOTB is fully mandatory, right, to live and survive in the society, the middle class is gonna be non-existent. So I'm gonna read it again. It says, he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. All right, so it's telling you what this MARK is telling you what it does, right? I'm using code words so they don't take it down. But it's telling you what this MARK does, okay? It says what? You cannot buy or sell without it. That's what the scripture is telling you. So the mark is not sin. It's a sin to do, but it's not sin in itself. It's a sin to do. Okay, but the mark is not sin. It's a sin to get the mark, but it's not sin. It ain't religion, right? It ain't it ain't it ain't a tattoo, okay? It's not other things, because you don't require none of those things to buy and sell now. So the mark is going to replace your US dollar at this time too. And this, when this prophecy comes out and it's fully implemented, right? When the mark, the MOTB is fully implemented, and this prophecy, you know, and we in that time of that, because we approaching that time very fast right now. But once it's fully implemented, also too, not only the middle class is going to be destroyed, but the dollar's gonna collapse. So you won't have any more paper money anymore. It's gonna be digital. Everything is gonna be digital, right? Everything. All your commerce, all your transactions are gonna be digital. It's gonna be digits on the screen. Okay? Everything gonna be digital. It won't be anymore. Right? That's why the CBDCs was set up to help implement that MOTB system, that MARK system, man. The beast system, ultimately. That's why that CBDCs was set up, because everything is going digital. It won't be any more paper dollars. Paper dollars are going to be done away with. You can't just go to the store and say, here, I wanted $20 for, here's $5 for a gallon of milk. That's not going to work anymore. They're going to deny you and say, we don't take paper dollars anymore. You have to have the digital. We take digital money now, digital currency. And the only way you can get digital currency is by having the MOTB, by getting the MARK. Okay? So it says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, man. And that name, right, the number of his name, the name of the beast, or the number of the name is going with the UPC number. Now, UPC stands for Universal Product Code. So inside this grain of rice, this digital imprint technology is going to have a UPC code that's going to say, it's going to have this on it. I don't want to say it so they don't take the video down, right? Right? It's this, FRIDs, okay? That's not what I'm looking for. See? Perfect. As you see it here, right? So that's the MOTB, that's the MARK, right? That FRID, okay? This is what it looks like, the size of a grain of rice, like I was telling you. And then you see these double lines on this universal product code, this UPC. There's double lines at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, which represents what? A6. So there you go. It's three of them inside the UPC. So when you scan, that's how they're going to be able to track all your purchases. That's how you're going to be able to scan your right, and make purchases and make sales. Is because they're going to have the UPC inside of this FRID, okay, inside this MARK, inside this technology, to be able to track and make transactions and purchases, okay? gonna show you a quick video.
Instead of carrying your wallet in your pocket or your purse, a tech company wants you to carry it under your skin. The company Walletmore is selling microchips as alternative payment options.
I'm gonna delete. Hold on. Let me not. Hold up. Let me not. Slack here.
I can't believe 27 that you're sort of pushed to actually implant. Maybe I'd be able to microchip in your hand.
So take a deep breath for me and exhale.
And so I figured if I could put it in my hand, maybe I'd be able to pay for something with my hand.
That was it. Breathe.
Yeah.
Keep breathing.
How's it feel?
It's like pinchy. It definitely hurt like way more than they said it was going to. It looks sort of like a grain of rice or like a pill that's in my hand. I think the idea of using a microchip.
All right, so boom. I'm gonna skip it because, like I said, I don't want them to take the video down. It's a very controversial topic. Like, not controversial, but you know, with YouTube algorithm, they like taking the video down. So I just want to show you.
Scan your hand. Put how much we owe. That's it.
Takes a second. Here we go. So you're good to go.
That was so sick, dude. That was sick.
Yes! That was insane!
So like he was saying, he wanted a way to replace his wallet, and that's what the MARK did. And he was able to, he went to a restaurant, he was able to pay for his food with the MARK. You see? So this is going to be everywhere. It's not just going to be, you know, at the time of that video, that was in 2016, but that's going to be implemented everywhere very soon. In every restaurant, every hospital, every school. You won't be able to go to school, or you won't be able to take your kids to school without having an MARK inside of you. It's going to be everywhere. So, what coming... We're coming at a time where
A new way to check out. System uses bio. Then they hover a hand over a special camera, which scans the lines and veins and links the payment to their unique palm print.
You ready?
The next visit to the store, they just scan their hand to pay.
I was really excited because I've been hearing
3 million who have signed up so far.
it's way easier for me to go to Amazon and just stick my hand over their little reader than it is for me to worry about whether I have my wallet.
Still, those who opt in may be giving up all kinds of personal information that could be used for advertising and tracking.
I am sure that Amazon and other organizations are going to scale this technology very quickly if it means that they're able to get more revenues.
Look, this was on TikTok. Look, if I could play this video. Damn, son.
Yeah. Hello, my ass.
Let's see. See, this was even on TikTok. So y'all get the point, you know. Can't get the video on TikTok. Y'all get the point though, man. Y'all definitely get the point. Look, look. There's no sound to it, but look. Right? And they already doing it. And mind you, she not even C-hip yet. See? She's not even C-hip yet. And they already doing it. So that's going to be everywhere. But you get the point. Even though she's not C-hip, that technology is out there. And that was in 223. So very recent, man. That technology is out there. And soon it's going to be required for everybody to use. Everybody to do it in order to be able to buy and sell things as the scriptures lay out. Okay. So that's about it. This prophecy is soon to come to pass. This prophecy is soon come to pass. And that's it. You know, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Hold up. You know what? Let me finish this out. Right. Let me get last verse, Revelation 3. No, 2 and 10. Right? Because this also ties into the hour of temptation, right? It says, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. So this is our Lord Yahweh Shah speaking again. He said, don't be afraid of what you're about to experience. He says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Why are some is talking about the believers. Why are some of us believers going to be cast into prison? That prison represents the concentration camp. So why are some of us going to be thrown into concentration camps? Because we identify as what? Hebrew Israelites. We believe on Yahweh Shem Shah. So they're going to characterize us as domestic terrorists. All right. And also too, because when a lot, right, the elect, and it says some, it didn't say all. So this is not a lot for everybody, right? This is not everybody's lot. It's only allotted to a few believers. Not everybody's going to be in concentration camps, but those that are in concentration camps, right, is because of their faith, because we're Israelites and we believe on Yahweh Shem Shah. So they're going to label us domestic terrorists and throw us in these concentration camps. You see? And also too, in these concentration camps, and to try to also break us down to because we refuse the MOTB. So we refuse that mark. We refuse that FRID. So because of that reason, they throw us in these concentration camps to try to break our faith, to break our spirits, so where we can comply and get that MOTB. But just like we read in second Esdras 16 and 73, right? As gold tried in the fire, then you shall know whom I chosen, for they shall be as gold tried in the fire. See, tried in the fire. So through this adversity that we're going through, the elect is not going to break. The only ones that's going to break, that's going to fold, are those that are not of the elect, man. That the Lord is not dealing with. They're going to fold. They're going to comply when he under the discomfort, right? The pressures of living inside these concentration camps. They're going to comply and take the MOTB to try to get out of that discomfort that they're going to be in. All right, so it says, continuing on the verse, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. The devil is speaking about Esau, Edom, right? So-called white man. The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. So it's not speaking about 10 days as in 10 actual days. It's speaking about you're gonna suffer for a period of time. That 10 days could be 10 days, 10 months, 10 weeks, 10 years, right? It's just speaking about a period of time. It's perfection. So you have a period of time where you're gonna suffer, in these concentration camps. It says, continue on, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So the Lord is saying, look, right? Don't be afraid of being of being, arrested and going through these concentration camps, right? Don't be afraid of that, because we understand that the Lord is getting us mentally prepared and ready if that be our lot, so that we're ready, right? And that we can just go through it. The Lord is with us. He said, I'm with you always to the end of time. So this is not, the Lord is not sharing this with us so that we'd be afraid, so that he's sharing this with us so that we'll be aware and prepared. And just remember that the Lord is with you always, man. So even if it is our lot for some of us to go through, because I don't know my own lot. Like, you may not know your own lot, I don't know my own lot. You don't know your own lot. So we don't know who's going to be in them amongst the body, who's going to be in them concentration camps. But what I will say is that the Lord is with us always to the end of time. And you got to have faith that the Lord is going to preserve you and help you endure that, because he made his promise in the next chapter, Revelation 3:10, right? Because you have kept my word, I shall keep thee from the hour of temptation. So he made a promise that he's gonna strengthen us, and that he's gonna help us endure, right? This hour of temptation, these trials and tribulations we're gonna go through. He made us a promise, man. And we just got to hold on to that promise with faith. All right. And remember what we have at the end. Don't look at it as, oh, I'm about to lose my life. I'm about to suffer. No, you have to look at it as, oh, this is about to be my moment. This is about to be my final step before I cross the finish line. Right? This is about to be, my time shortly before I get my crown. Right? Before I win. All right? This is my final step to win. I'm close now. I'm too close now to give up. So you gotta look at it like that, and it's easier said than done. But just pray every day to Yahweh Shema Shah that he build up your faith. And Lord willing, I hope this was edifying. We give all honor, all praise, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash. Shout out to the elders, elder apostles, and elder bishops that rule well. And salutations to the fellow Akim who labor at the apostle doctrine, and to the men, women, and children that sincerely believe. To you, I say, Shalom.